Okay.
Previously, last case. Thomas, did you see Nick here?
No. When I got here, he was already like this.
What are you doing? Get out of the way! I'll do it!
George, stay back. She's trying to speak.
No! It couldn't be! Nick! Oh, please, no!
You got us good this time, Zach.
Okay.
Oh, I can't believe it, man. Now that's heavy.
Me neither.
When did Becky stop coming to work?
I think it was like from the day Anna was killed, man. Yeah, that's right. She was totally depressed about something.
Quint called for her to let us know she wasn't coming in for work. She must have been totally in shock, the poor thing.
So you took the twins along to cheer her up.
That's right, hon. If only I knew it would be like this, I'd have spent more time talking to her.
You told me about a special secret between your children and Becky.
Yes, of course. What about it?
It seems Becky handed them an item before she was killed. Any idea what that might be?
Now that you mention it, they had a box about this size which they said was very important.
That's it. I'd like to talk to them about this in person. Where are the boys now?
They went out, actually, with Mr. Kaysen. They mentioned going to the community center today, hon. There is plenty of space to run around over there.
Kaysen? Do you know him well?
Oh yeah, he's a good guy. He always brings us gifts from his road trips. The kids love him, so we let him take them out every once in a while. You know, for a little quality time with the missus.
Okay, I understand, but the situation calls for urgency. I'll go and look for them myself, and if they come home without running into me, could you let us know?
Sure, of course. I'll contact the department.
Okay. Hi, I'm Buddy Says, and welcome back to another episode of Deadly Premonition, the director's cut. That was a scene that started happening, and I didn't want to talk during it, of course. Right after our last save.
Isaac and Isaiah aren't here. They're apparently out with Kaysen. Let's go look for them.
With Kaysen? Sounds like a long story. Any ideas where to start looking?
Lily told me where they went. No problem.
Okay, we're going to the community center, apparently. Sorry about that. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Buddy Says, and welcome to another episode of Deadly Premonition. Now, I want to mention something. Okay, here we go. The game started glitching out at me a bit, so after we talk to Emily, you'll have seen when you're watching the video, you will suddenly see it sort of stop, and then now you'll see me suddenly appear at the phone there. Now, the reason was that every time the game would stop the in-game cutscene where they were talking and try to go into the normal game like this, suddenly it would crash. So I kept trying everything. I went into Steam and was trying to verify my files and everything, and they're fine, and everything was fine. I just couldn't get past that. It wouldn't seem to go back to its resolution. Now, I think that's the problem, is that it's having a problem switching resolutions from like a cutscene to the normal game. Now, what I did here is, you shouldn't really notice any difference, really. I'm now running the game in a window instead. And it's neat. I mean, the problem with the game is that when you start it up, there's no way to change the resolution in the game. It's when you press the launcher, the only thing you could do is change the sound settings and stuff, and that's it. There's no way to change any graphical options at all. So, yeah, I think that's the problem. Now, so I ended up running it in administrative mode, and with compatibility to Windows XP. So, and that got me past it to the point where I could at least walk over here and save the game. And then, I figured what I would do was I would just save the game, and then turn around and put everything back to normal, and then try to get back into the game again as normal. And suddenly it wouldn't accept the save file anymore unless I run it in a window like this. Now, you shouldn't see any difference really, but I mean it's only on my desktop. I'm playing it in a window, a relatively big window, but it's still a window. And that should be it. Now, if you need to know, well, I could tell you right now, if you ever run into this, and I guess that's a problem. I guess that's why it was bugging out. Like when we were talking to Carol before, when it was that in-game cutscene and she was talking and stuff, and then it was trying to go back to the normal game, it kept crashing. Now, if you need to do this, well, I have it on Steam. So if you have the game on Steam, go to the game, click on it, right-click on it, and hold on, I can tell you exactly what to do. Go to your library, go to the game itself, right-click on the game and press Properties, and you'll see a box will open up. It'll say General, Updates, Local Files, and Betas. Now this is as of 2017. Just go to Local Files, press Browse Local Files, and you'll see the files for the game, and that's just a shortcut to having to go into go to Program Files, Steam Library, Apps, Common, whatever it is, whatever the long amount of folders you have to go through to get to the game itself. That's just a quick way to get to the game itself. Now, there is a file, dp.exe, that's the Deadly Premonition exe. Click on it, right-click on it, press Properties, and you could go to press Compatibility, and you could run it, click on the box that says Run this program in compatibility mode for, and put it on Windows XP, Service Pack 3. I have it in Service Pack 3, that's how I'm running it. And on the bottom, check off the box that says Run this program as an administrator. Now that seemed to have worked. So now, I don't know if that'll work for everybody, but it seems to be working for me. So, hopefully that will help you. And hopefully I don't mind running in a window, but hopefully the game will, I don't mind running the game at all in the window, but hopefully it'll fix up some problems. So, I'm going to check this out and make sure everything's working now, and I'll be right back. So just hold on. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back, and we just want to check everything out. Now, it seems to be the same, so the size of the file is the same. I mean, the resolution is the same and everything, so everything seems okay. So, oh well. Now, okay, what were we... See, it was when you get into a cutscene like this and she was talking. Let's find Isaac and Isaiah and talk to them. And it would go back to the game. It was going back to the game like this. It would go to that black screen part there, and then it would just freeze. Or it would come back to the screen here, and suddenly I would have no control over the game. It would just freeze. So, okay. Now I'm really guessing that's a get in the car, come on. It's a glitch in the resolution because of the resolution. I'm thinking when it is in the
And today we're stuck here having to search for lost children.
They're not lost. We're the ones who are lost.
And so we are, Emily. Zach, we may as well have fun if we're getting lost.
You sure know how to take your time at a time like this.
What is that creepy smile he always has? Okay, see, it would see right there, it would talk, suddenly it would go back to this, and suddenly the game would freeze. Now, I'm almost positive that has to do with the resolution, because you can't change the resolution in the game. And there's nothing I could do about that. gonna move on then. Now, the only difference for me is that I'm playing in the window, and the window is very large, so...
I can't believe 2 people have been murdered in our town. And now 2 young children are at the center of it all. I just can't come to grips with it yet.
Crime will happen wherever there are people. And that's why we have our jobs.
Might be easier for you because you don't live here. These were people that I knew that were killed. And the murderer might be someone who lives here in this town. It's really depressing.
I know. But someone has to bring this murder to justice.
You're right, I know. But, well, Agent York, sometimes I just think I'm not really cut out to be a cop.
Not true, Emily. You have the potential to be a superb law enforcer. You can be emotional at times, but you also possess what's most important.
I do? What do you mean?
What do you think? A sense of justice.
Justice? I must admit, I'm surprised to hear such a... how should I say this? Such an obvious answer. I thought you'd say something else.
Obvious or not, I joined the FBI in order to do what's right. And that's what's important.
I understand, but still, you seem... I'm sorry. I need some time to think.
Whatever do you want to think about?
Justice. I want to think about justice.
Zach, she's quite the philosopher, isn't she? Then again, death makes everyone a philosopher.
Okay, please shut up. I want to look at the map. God's sake. Okay, where am I headed? I'm trying to see where I'm supposed to be going here. Okay, up here and take a... what's that? Take a right. I'll go along the squiggly road. And, well, all the way down there. Okay. You know, I wonder if now I could do the stupid side quests. You know, I was thinking that... one thing I would think about the side quest was, I think you have to be, because it seemed to be okay once we got the side quest. Like, you have to talk to somebody, get the side quest going, and then, like, I was picking up those dog bones, and I think I have to have somebody tell me, you know, I think I have to find the person who gives you the side quest to go look for the dog bones. And then, after you do that, then everything works. Like, in other words, you have to do it in order, you know. Now, so far the game seems it seems to be minor, sort of. To me, it's minor. These are these sort of minor, sort of glitchy stuff that sort of irritates you, but like I don't care. I'm actually enjoying the game. I'm actually enjoying the game a lot. And people will complain about the controls and stuff and everything. And I don't see the problem. I mean, really, I don't. They're not great. I mean, I would never say these are good controls, but they're nowhere. Like, if you ever played the old Resident Evil games or something like that, it's like this is way better than that. I mean,
I'm thinking. Can you give me some space?
Okay.
Don't worry, I can look for the twins at the same time.
No, I remember Resident Evil from the old. I would play it in the old PlayStation, the original PlayStation. Boy, I would have a really hard time playing that. I mean, I thought that was just the worst controller I've ever played. I mean, that was maybe just because I wasn't used to a controller. Now you can see me driving here fairly easily and stuff, and not having a hard time. And shooting people wasn't really hard. I mean, it isn't terribly hard. It's a little difficult for me, but that's because I almost never use a controller. You know, matter of fact, before this game, I think the last time I used a controller was like, a couple of years ago, maybe. And that's when I bought this controller. And previous to that was back when I used the PlayStation. The original, the PlayStation 2 I had, actually. I was playing Final Fantasy, like 7, 8, and 10. I played those. But, I mean, that was like 10 years ago, you know, and that was and that's they're turn-based games, really, so it's like, you know, you're not, there's no rush, you know, and there's no hurry or anything to press anything. I mean, I can't even remember the stupid buttons. I can't remember which one's X and stuff.
I'm thinking. Can you give me some space?
Okay.
Don't worry, I can look for the twins at the same time.
Extra long distance. Now, I mean, I'm not... I would say for a controller user, I would imagine honestly, I'd say I'm probably somewhere around average to below average. So, I mean, if I'm not having a problem, you shouldn't have... you shouldn't... If you ever use a controller at all, at any kind of regular frequency, you shouldn't have any problem. Now, I don't know how it's like on Xbox or PlayStation or something like that, but I mean, honestly, I know the game's also old, but I don't think it looks that bad considering that the game is like, what, you know, I don't know, it was come out in what, 2004, I think, or something?
According to Lily, Isaac and Isaiah should be here.
Then let's go and find them.
Hello again, Isaac and Isaiah.
I want to talk to
I
that
hear
guy.
you're teaching Willie to do tricks. What's your secret?
It's easy.
Really simple.
If he does it right, we give him a treat.
A cookie if he does it right.
I see. Very clever. So, tell me, you two. Could you perhaps tell me your other special secret with Becky?
No, we can't. It won't be a secret if we tell.
Damn it.
I'm not telling. We promised Becky.
Becky's
Well, that's
dead.
a problem. Because I also made a promise to Becky. A promise to catch the bad man who hurt her. But I can't keep my promise if I don't know what the secret is. Do you see?
Come on, kid. Give it up. Besides, Becky's dead. You're no longer going to have to keep her promise to her.
She told us to give Diane a box. It wasn't that heavy.
We took it to the art gallery and gave it to Diane.
Is that all Becky gave you?
Just when we were leaving to take the box to Diane, Becky called us back. She handed us something. It was small and round.
Okay,
She told
now
us to
let's-
keep it safe in our pocket and give it to Diane.
Okay, let's see it. I'll give it to Diane for you.
And then you met Carol on your way?
Yep, I took the round thing out of my pocket and we looked at it.
And then she talked to us.
We told her that we were on an errand for Becky. She said she'd do it for us.
But we
No.
told her no. Because Becky asked us, not her. We promised Becky to do it ourselves.
Okay. Well, when I give you a ride there, and you could give it to her, and we could see what it is.
So Becky did entrust the locket to them. And now Carol has it. Right, Kaysen?
Huh?
What?
You were in the room when Carol took the locket back from Diane. I saw you with Diane in the art gallery that day.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, yeah, I was there in the room, but I was only chatting with Diane. Oh, then Carol burst in, all angry looking. While Carol and Diane had their talk, I just sat there like a frog. Yeah, so Carol took the locket from Diane, but that has nothing to do with me, right?
Why are you
yes,
asking?
I believe so. But from this instant, you are now a key witness in this case. I'm afraid you can't leave town until you hear from me.
What?
Oh.
Can you do that?
Yes, I
This
can.
is all starting to sound a little like Alice in Wonderland.
Which makes you Humpty Dumpty.
Huh?
Isaac and Isaiah, thank you. I think I'll be able to keep my promise with Becky thanks to you two.
How is Becky?
Is she getting better?
She'll come and help out at our store again, won't she?
She'll come and play with us again. Won't she?
Sure.
Boys, about Becky.
That's right. Becky is almost totally better now. But I don't think she'll
It's a
be
good
able
thing
to
she
come and
said it.
see you. I was told by Becky to keep this a secret. but she's actually a goddess of the forest, just like Anna. I think she's gonna be in the forest with Anna for a while.
Cool. We'll keep this a secret then, too.
Wow, that's why Anna and Becky are such good friends.
Okay, Willie.
You're happy too, aren't you?
Zach, I hope Emily doesn't end up as a forest goddess, too.
Oh. Okay, it's probably a good thing that he didn't tell the kids.
Okay then, Zach. Let's go over what we found out recently about the case.
First, Diane, the owner of the art gallery.
Okay.
She was out drinking with Nick Cormack in a bar on the night Anna died.
And she went to fool around.
Nick confirmed
back at
this,
the house.
and so she has an alibi. But then we have what Nick's wife Olivia told us.
According to Olivia, Nick and Diane not only went to the bar, but also went somewhere else that night.
Yes.
Do you remember where that was, Zach?
Yeah, back at a gallery at our house. The art gallery.
That's right, the art gallery.
Oh, I sort of like
Before
this.
entering the gallery, Diane looked back towards Olivia, almost as though she saw Olivia in the dark.
She was taunting her. She's like,
Nick's behavior
I'm
has also
sleeping with
become
your
more
husband.
suspicious by the day. If Olivia is correct, then he is heavily involved in this case.
Really?
But we have no conclusive evidence of that at the moment.
Yeah, I don't get what his involvement is.
The only thing we can say for sure is that Nick's whereabouts are unknown at the time of Becky's murder. He has no alibi for the crime, but that fact alone means nothing. So who was it that called Thomas to report trouble at Becky's place?
Squint. He's crying on the doorstep.
That's right. It was Quint, Becky's boyfriend. He went to her house and saw the tragedy.
I don't think he
Now
has
about
anything
Becky's
to do with
murder. I'm embarrassed and mortified. Killer struck again while we were on the case. We found her bitten off tongue. A massive amount of red seeds that poured out with the blood.
Oh, yeah.
And an inverted peace symbol, like the one seen at the site of Anna's murder. From the similarities, one can deduce that Anna's killer killed Becky.
Yep.
We also found one other important piece of evidence in Becky's room. Can you remember what that was, Zach?
Yeah, in the sketchbook.
That's right. We found a sketchbook in Becky's room.
And in her letter.
She had apparently written a letter to her sister Diane.
Yeah.
It revealed that Becky took a locket from Anna's body at the crime scene.
Yeah.
She also admitted to borrowing a pair of Diane's stiletto heel shoes.
And she broke
So
one.
Miss Stiletto Heels was Becky.
And she repaired it and said she
There was
sent it back.
something else at the end of the letter. It said that she handed the locket and stiletto heel shoes to someone. Do you remember who, Zach?
Yeah, didn't she give it to the kids to deliver it to, yeah.
That's right, Zach. And from what Isaac and Isaiah told us,
Carol offered to take the items to Diane, but the twins refused. They gave them to Diane themselves, as they had promised.
Yeah.
For some reason, Carol wanted the locket.
Carol came and grabbed the locket.
She ended up storming into the gallery to take it from Diane.
Just as we entered the gallery.
And when Carol took the locket from Diane, Kaysen just happened to be there.
Yeah.
Is Kaysen involved in this? Or was he just there by coincidence?
Well,
I wonder what's so special about the locket, too. Why did Carol want it so badly? Questions are mounting.
Has a picture of the killer on it.
Come to think of it, Quint, the first witness, has no alibi for Becky's death. We checked the phone records, and his call definitely came from her house. Is it possible he attacked Becky and then called us from the scene?
Yeah, but what do you
but everyone is suspicious one way or another. What should we do next, Zach?
Okay,
Well,
who's
I
the
wanna talk
most
to Diane.
suspicious?
Diane. She seems to have the Diane.
That's right. Becky's sister and Carol's enemy, linked to both Nick and Kaysen, the elegant owner of the art gallery.
Zach, that's our next move. We'll start with Diane.
Yeah. Because everything is revolving around her.
So, you want to find out everything there is to know about Diane?
That's right.
Yeah.
There's just too many things that we don't know. First, we need more intel about the relationship between Nick and Diane.
How?
Nick and Diane meet every night at the bar. Let's use that. George, we'll need you to stake out the gallery.
What do you mean?
Wait in the parking lot of the art gallery and tail Diane when she leaves. If she goes anywhere other than the bar, you let me know. Emily, you take the diner. Wait for Nick and tail him to the bar too. As with George, if he goes anywhere else, then you let me know.
Okay.
Thomas,
That's good.
you keep a watch on them inside the bar.
Yes, I will.
I'll be waiting in the parking lot of the bar. Once Nick and Diane are together, I will follow them wherever they go. What time do they usually show up, Thomas?
Around the same time. Usually between 22 and 2300.
Then at that time we do it, boys and girls.
Okay, that's good. Okay. $8,000. No, I didn't get very much pay. Oh, what's going on now? Okay, can of pickles. Bait. At some point I will show you the fishing. But it's rather useless.
Zach, we need to be at Carol's bar at 2200.
Okay.
Looks like we have some time to kill.
We can go to the diner and see how Nick and Olivia are doing.
Oh. 2200. Oh, it's 2000, 2030 already. Okay. I think I need gas again. Need some gas first. Do I need gas? Yeah, 58%. Let's see where the hell I am. Okay, oh, wrong one. Donovan Street. No, what is... Okay, no, the wrong one. No, the wrong... Where's the bridge? Here it is. Powell Bridge, okay. Okay, I'm here. I need to go up and, what is this dog thing here? First case in Willie... Oh, that's the diner, okay. Well, let's go and get some gas first. And I'm getting better at, I'm actually getting better at being able to figure out where to drive and stuff. Okay, yep. Oop. Screw it. Whatever.
So, Zach, this case turned into a multiple homicide.
Yes, it did.
What kind of motives turn a criminal into a serial killer? Is it hedonistic? Ritualistic? Copycat crime? Sex-related? Cannibalistic? From the Bureau's statistics. These interesting ideas don't always really explain the real motive. They're just words. Phrases that the media uses to scare citizens. The spotlight falls on a mere 1% of all cases. Only the weird ones.
You understand all this, right, Zach? No matter how bizarre a crime may
so.
appear to be, at the root, there is always rage and personal
I was
interest.
gonna say anger. Yeah, that's
Right,
what
Zach?
I thought.
Most people simply don't kill for pleasure. But that kind of common sense never applies to our investigations. Maybe we're lucky. Or unlucky, depending on how you look at it. We end up working on those cases in that 1%.
Do you remember, Zach? The first case we handled, just after becoming a special agent?
No. What
No,
happened?
let's talk about this another time.
No, what?
I don't feel like it right now.
Damn it. I actually wanted to know about it. You know, it is sort of interesting listening to him go about his investigations and stuff. Because he seems to, like, maybe they researched it, I guess, a little bit. Because it seems to be, I don't know if it's right, but seems to be right. Thank you. Just give me some damn gas. Now, I know the gun shop was at 2200. You know what? Maybe I'll stop. I'm gonna stop off at the gun shop, and I could drive back to. I'll wait at the gun shop. I'll have a cigarette there and jump in real quick when it's open, then come back. So I have between 2200 and 2300. So forget the diner. I don't need to. Screw the diner.
Do you remember? How many years ago was it now? That multiple homicide of young girls in that college town in Illinois.
It's open. Okay, great.
All the victims were cut open from the throat to the crotch.
What?
Ripped right open. During the autopsy, a second stomach was found inside the first victim's body.
How's
Of course,
that?
she didn't naturally grow a second stomach.
Oh.
One of the stomachs
stuck it in there?
belonged to someone else. As more victims piled up, there was
nasty.
one with 2 hearts, one with 2 livers, 4 lungs. Different organs each time.
Of course, those extra organs didn't do the girls much good, right, Zach?
And they say too much is never enough. In the end, we arrested a professor at the med school. They found the body of his daughter dead and the missing organs at his house. Do you remember what he said when we took him in? I was ordered to restore those deformed bodies back to normal. And remember who he said ordered him? An alien.
Oh.
Well, of course, we couldn't arrest an alien, so we arrested the professor instead. Serial killers can't be caught by logic and common sense. I learned this the hard way. That first case taught me that. Since then, these cases just keep getting more and more complicated. It's a tough job. I thought getting experience while I was young would make the job easier.
I kind of think it makes it worse. If you had experience, it just jades you and makes you out of your mind. Sort of like some
Zach,
people.
is there something here that you want to check out?
We need to be at Carol's bar at 2200.
Yes.
We're free until then.
Well, that's why we're going to the Panda Bears. Maybe we could get a shotgun. I was just thinking, we had those shotgun shells. Maybe you could buy different stuff at his shop. Where the hell is he? What is that? What was... Oh. Oh, good. I could go into my thing. Okay, here we go.